This debt ceiling fight has really been something to behold. As I've told you guys from the beginning, Biden didn't have to negotiate on anything. We already have the budget. The budget is already law. Biden can simply say there's a contradiction in federal laws here. I'm going to go with the supreme law of the land, the Constitution, which says that the federal debt shall not be questioned. And so there is no more debt ceiling. Going, gonzo. I've unilaterally decided it. If there's a lawsuit, which there would be, and it gets to the Supreme Court, it's very likely the Supreme Court sides with Biden. Why? Because the Supreme Court almost always sides with capital. And this is an instance where capital and Biden would happen to line up. Okay, that's how it should unfold. But no, Biden's a neoliberal centrist of the 1990s variety. That's how he is. This is the kind of Democrat he is. He fetishizes bipartisanship and compromise. And so he said, okay, sure, I'll negotiate with you guys. And he negotiated some cuts, right? So originally, people were expecting a 10% or 12% or 15% cut across the board to various social programs. Biden really only froze federal spending, which is effectively, if you account for inflation, maybe a 2% cut on programs like welfare and food stamps. So, Kevin McCarthy should honestly be happy he's getting anything at all, right? But he's dealing with a whole bunch of insane losers and morons in the Tea Party caucus, and they are demanding more cuts. And so now he's caught between a rock and a hard place. Now, again, I know I've given this example a million times. I want to give it one more time just so you understand how stupid this fake fight is. Guys, the debt ceiling is like you go to a restaurant, you order $200 worth of food, and then the bill comes and you go, oh, I don't have that much money. I only have $70. Okay, then you shouldn't have ordered the food in the first place, right? Or get the $200. It's not a thing to be like, yeah, we're gonna make the budget, that's set, but now all of a sudden, nope, now we don't want to pay for the stuff that we already put in the budget. That's not a thing. That's not a thing. If you have a problem with the spending levels, address it during the budget negotiation, not now. Not now. So anyway, the whole thing is really stupid, but Kevin McCarthy is dealing with a mutiny now on the far right. The same people who were like, we don't want him to be speaker in the first place. Now they're looking at this situation and viewing it as evidence that he's a sellout, basically. Which again is hilarious because any concessions at all, are all because Biden is a goofball. It's all because Biden is weak and he's always looking for compromise and bipartisanship, even when he doesn't need to have any compromise or bipartisanship. So in an attempt to sell this deal, McCarthy has his talking points. He released it to all the Republicans. And basically his argument is like, look, they have nothing in this bill that's for them. Everything in this bill should please Republicans. Like, here are the cuts. Here's our priorities. And every single one of these things is positive. This is wonderful. Basically, he's saying like Biden got rolled, which is kind of true. Again, at least in comparison to the fact that he doesn't need to engage at all. So Biden agreeing to these things is sort of him getting rolled. In order to make the pitch on this deal, look at one of the arguments he uses. This is him on Fox News, and this shows you how morally bankrupt and vapid these people are. Listen to this.
But we also did something different. In this family, we may have a child that able-bodied, not married, no kids, but he's sitting on the couch collecting welfare. We're going to put work requirements on that individual, so he's going to have work requirements. He's going to get a job, and it's going to make the life easier.
He just bragged about forcing a child, his words, not mine, his words, to get a job. Bragging about forcing a child to get a job. Listen, don't take my word for it. Listen, it's what he says.
Did something different. In this family, we may have a child that able-bodied, not married, no kids, but he's sitting on the couch collecting welfare. We're going to put work requirements on that individual, so he's going to have work requirements. He's going to get a job, and it's going to make the life easier.
These people either don't understand or don't care that it's not the case that every time somebody is jobless, that they're just lazy, or that they're entitled, or that they're actively choosing to do nothing. Quite the contrary. Oftentimes, when somebody's unemployed, it is not by choice. It's not by choice. Let me ask you a question. When we had the 2008 Great Recession, and there was a massive spike in the unemployment rate, the official unemployment rate was around 10%. The real unemployment rate was probably around double that, about 20%. The U6 unemployment rate is what they call it, like when you count it more accurately. Did it just happen that, like, basically over the course of a week, people woke up and I'm just going to be lazy now? No, they were laid off because of macroeconomic factors outside of their control. And these guys want to punish people who are already getting the shit end of the stick, who are already screwed over by our economy and by society. Because again, they feel like if anybody's unemployed ever for any reason, it's simply because you're lazy, you're entitled, and you're a loser. And so we're going to force you to get your act together. This is basically what the belief system is. They can't understand that sometimes people fall on hard times and they need some money just to get by. It's not like, you're unemployed and then you live on government money and you buy a Maserati and you got a mansion and you got a pool. Like, that's not the way it works. And man, it's unbelievable. They really, oftentimes, this is what Republicans do. They flip the power dynamics. They make you believe it's the poor person that's living on their high horse. It's the unemployed person that's living on their high horse. It's not that Wall Street executive that just crashed their company and crashed the global economy and just got a giant bailout and they got paid a bonus for doing Dickie McGee's acts. It's not them. That's the problem. It's not, the goons and the thugs in the military-industrial complex who get paid no matter what. It's not them with their no-bid contracts. It's not them. That's the problem. But it is them. Pentagon failed 5 audits in a row. They can't account for 61% of their money. And nobody's talking about, oh, whoa. They might be entitled. Might be a problem here. Maybe we cut spending here. No. They reserve it for the most vulnerable in society. And here he is, basically bragging that he wants to force a child, his words, to get a job. Dark stuff, man. But this is the kind of stuff that he believes, number one. Number two, this is the kind of stuff he has to push out there to try to get his fellow far-right Tea Party Republicans on board. This is what he has to do. Guys, I know you're mad at the deal, but I want to force children to get jobs. Put them in the mines. And maybe that'll work, right, with these people? But yes, that's what I like. Force the children into the mines. Yes, I'm so populist and pro-working class. Oh, my goodness, man. All right, there you have it. And look, they make my job very easy because I don't even need to provide a counter-argument. I just have to play their words and go, pick a side, bro. What do you think? You think this sounds reasonable? Does that sound fair? Does that sound smart to you? I didn't think so. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.